Hello. Hope everybody's having a great day. Came in today. Well, first of all, my name is Quishara, and I am the CEO of Quishara Detroit Publishing. Today, I wanted to talk about the hardest part of writing your book. Just a little bit about myself. I am a 3-time author, and one of the things that I love to do is to educate about the process of writing, because so many people go into the book writing process blindly. So I wanted to just give you some tools that you can use while you're publishing your book. So I was just thinking about what I could talk about in the hardest part of writing your book. A lot of people are so, hey Kelly, thanks for joining, concerned about the cost of everything. But if you don't get started, what's the purpose of know? I mean, I know you need to know in order to get prepared for writing your book, but the hardest part is just writing your book. So once you start writing your book, the hardest part is already done. So we all know that you need an editor and you need somebody to format your book. That's where, self-publishing services come into play. Like, what I do with Quishara Detroit Publishing. But the hardest part is just finishing writing your book. And so many of us can't get past that. And so when you can't get past just writing your book, then you're at you're basically stopping yourself from the process. You're removing, not removing, but you're basically, you haven't got started. So get started and just start writing. And you can start with as little as 10 to 15 minutes a day. So if you're very busy, you have children, you get ready for school in the morning, and, after school, you have to help them with their homework and, get them prepared for the next day. Start setting aside at least 10 minutes a day. And when you set aside 10 minutes a day, you'll be so happy that you did that, because you'll start, being productive, and you'll start seeing some traction. So the first thing is to write your book. And how you start to write your book is basically whatever your topic is, start with research. Research your topic and just think about what is the purpose for you writing this book. Why are you writing the book? Once you figure out why you're writing the book, then you put all that in writing so that you know where you're going. And what is the end result? What do you want to do? So when I started to write my book, one of my main goals was to help professional women that are in corporate America and that have other goals and dreams, but you're stuck in the cycle of the 9 to 5. And sometimes we get hypnotized with the 9 to 5 cycle, and we, don't follow our dreams because we're always, in the mind frame of the 9 to 5 job, and it can kind of controls us. So what I want to do is just encourage you to take that 10 minutes per day, take that 15 minutes per day, and you start working on your dream. Even if you have a lot of kids and you just have that private time in the restroom, use that 10 minutes to just start brainstorming. Leah, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but Leah writes, thank you so much for joining today. But take that time for yourself and start writing your book. So, like I said, one of the goals that I had when I started writing is I just wanted to help professional women get out of their own way when it came to accomplishing their goals and, feeling stuck, because I felt like that for so many years. So I just wanted to empower women to kick self-sabotaging behaviors like procrastination. And that was a really big problem for me, because I kept saying that, I'll wait and do it later. But later became months turned to years turned to decades. So start doing what you can right now. If this is something that you truly want to do, take your time and just get started. Trust me, once you say yes to your purpose, everything will fall into place. You will meet so many people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, and you can, bond with them and network with them, and you can help each other through the process. So just get started. That's the main thing. Get started. So I just spent my first 2 hours in the morning working on my book. That's excellent. And didn't it feel good? Just that sense of accomplishment. When you're really working on something like a book, it makes you feel so great. And every day that you're adding on to that work, you're going to get such a sense of fulfillment. Because when I first wrote my first book, even though it was, just 24 pages, it was just an ebook, a quick ebook. It made me feel good because I was accomplishing a goal that I set before myself, So I said, this is what I wanted to do. And it just started with that one book, that 124 page ebook workbook to get people. And it was called Everything They Didn't Tell You About Procrastination, to get you just to start moving, to take action, because that's what it is. Taking action will change your life and change the lives of others, because you have that desire to write. You're writing for a purpose to help somebody. So just get started. And so after you pick your topic and you start brainstorming, outline, what do you want to happen from the beginning of your book to the end? What is the end result? Write out your end result. What do you want to happen? When people read this book, what do you want them to feel? Do you want them to have a transformation? Whatever it is, write it out, because that'll give you, that's the finish line. And so it'll kind of make you back up and think, how do I need to get to the finish line? So again, write what your goal, what is the goal for writing your book? Who are you talking to? Who is your target market? Who is that main target market? Make it as narrow as possible. So your topic, your target market, what are you trying to teach somebody? Are you trying to teach somebody or accomplish? Now, the books that I write, majority of the books are nonfiction. So most of the, tools and the tips that I give is for nonfiction writers. So I am working on my first nonfiction book. I'm sorry, not nonfiction, but my first fiction book. So it's getting into characters and things like that. But the bulk of my expertise is with nonfiction books. So come up with your topic. Think about what the end result is. Why are you writing this book? Write it down, put it on a piece of paper. Who is your target audience? Put it on a piece of paper. Because whenever you have that target audience, whoever it is, you want to make sure you're talking to them, you're speaking their language so they can connect with you. And so once you do that, just know that one of the most expensive parts of the, writing is going to be an editor, because your editor, they are the checkpoint for you. Okay, so they're going to, depending on what kind of package you have, but basically they'll make sure that your grammar is correct, make sure everything is flowing. And, if they need to have you do rewrites, they'll contact you and let you know that. But make sure that you just know that the bulk of the cost will be, with your editor. And book covers can range anywhere between, it can start as low as about maybe like $20 with like Fiverr, Fiverr, as $20 all the way up to $250 to $300, depending on if you use a different graphic artist. So again, the bulk is going to come from the editing, then your book cover, and then you don't forget your ISBN number, International Standard Book Number, which is how your book is identified. So if you do an ebook, you're going to need an ISBN number for your ebook. If you're going to have a paperback, you're going to need an ISBN number for your paperback. If you need an audio book, you're going to need an ISBN for an audiobook and a hardcover. So each version of the book, you need to get an ISBN number. Now, if you don't have money for that, if you, like say for instance, if you publish on Amazon, Amazon has a free ISBN number, but if you use the ISBN number that Amazon has, then Amazon is going to be listed as a publisher. If it's important for you to self-publish, then you would have to purchase the ISBN number. And just a tip, you don't have to get them all at one time. So like I said, if you're trying to get all these different versions of your book, you don't have to publish all the versions at one time. The first version, you can publish the ebook first. Publish the ebook, and then if you want a paperback, that's two, versions. So that's $250. So you may just want to start out with your ebook. Start out with your ebook. go through the process, publish that, market it. And then once you start getting sales, then use some of that money to get the ISBN number for your paperback. So it's a process. And the one important thing that I want to tell you is you don't have to do it all at one time. Okay, so just do it step by step. Leah, do you have any questions? I appreciate you coming in today. I usually I go live during the day because I'm usually at work. This week I'm off, so just wanted to come in for a little while just to greet everybody, say hello, and to see if anybody has any questions. If you are working on a nonfiction project and need help brainstorming or outlining, please contact me. I'll be more than happy to assist you with the process. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. People are so worried about what the cost of writing a book is, but do your due diligence, do research, and start writing your book. Because so many people are at the finish line and you haven't even started. And you can start little by little, day after day. So just do a little bit every day and you'll get to the finish line. So I specialize in helping people get rid of excuses and just be productive and activate, the goals and dreams that you have in your life. You're welcome. So I didn't have too much to say today. Just want to come on and say hello and just, talk about, just get started. Just get started. And again, if you want to get started writing your book, please send me a direct message. I'll be more than happy to assist you. And I am, let's see, Vashti, thanks so much for joining today. We're talking about just getting started with writing a book. The process can take a little while now. The first book that I wrote, the ebook that I wrote, it took me probably maybe about a week to write the ebook. Like I said, it was 24 pages, but it was like basically, I got the topic procrastination from a big problem that I had, and I did research for my book, Skyrocket Your Success. And in my research, I found that 43% of people said they have problems procrastinating. So since that was the major issue that people were having, that's why I wrote everything they didn't tell you about procrastination. So Leah, I'm working on a nonfiction book about artistic, self-employed entrepreneurs in Jamaica. Oh, okay. So artistic, self-employed entrepreneurs in Jamaica. Very interesting. For one of my classes in my, in grad school, I did a paper about Jamaica and the different, it was about Jamaica and the gender roles for employment and how there was a difference in the gender roles with male versus female employees in Jamaica. So that is going to be an interesting book. So I'm interested to read that. Sounds really good. Yeah, I'm going to look for that paper that I had because I did research in how there was, varying roles as far as women and how they wanted women to mainly, take care of the children, and they weren't as active in the workforce as men. So yeah, I did this paper about 3 or 4 years ago, and I did it based upon, some research that I had. And I went to Jamaica as well. And so when I went to Jamaica, I did, ask a few people, what their opinions as well were. So that is going to be an interesting book. Congratulations. How far are you in? Are you close to finishing? Okay. So just wanted to come in and say hello, and I will look forward to speaking with you all soon. If you have any questions, please send me a direct message. If you have questions about process, anything in the process of writing, and I can do videos on those, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to either go live and answer the question or do a video to answer your question. On the first draft, okay, great. If you have any questions, need assistance, let me know. You can send me a direct message. I'll be more than happy to assist you with the process. Okay, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this live, and I will be back soon, probably Thursday afternoon or either Friday during the day. All right, see you soon.